Hey everybody, Gabe Jenkins back with you. I want to talk to you about the fillet tool. So earlier in our AutoCAD class, we spent the whole time in 2 dimensions and we learned what the fillet tool does in a 2-dimensional sketch. There's a very similar tool in SolidWorks when you're in sketch mode that allows you to just take a 90-degree angle and turn it into something that is a rounded corner with a given radius. But now that we're in SolidWorks, we're in 3 dimensions, and I want you to just understand that almost any of the tools that we used as 2-dimensional tools also have an analog tool in 3 dimensions, right? And so there is a fillet that you can do on a 3-dimensional feature, right? So right now I'm in SolidWorks right now. I got this cute little cube right here. It's a 10 by 10 by 10 cube, and I want to show you what a fillet tool as a feature can do for you. This will be important in assignment number 1. So if I go up here, there's fillet. The drop-down menu has chamfer, and you'll probably remember that chamfers are just like angled corners as opposed to a rounded corner with a given radius. But if I click on the fillet tool, like in all SolidWorks tools that you're using, feature tools, as soon as I click that fillet tool, it gives me on the left side of the screen over here all of the kind of like parameters of how I want it to do a fillet. And I'm just going to quickly go through some of these with you. The most basic choice you have to make is what kind of fillet do you want, right? There's 4 types. There's the constant size fillet, which is kind of a normal fillet where everything is the same size. You can do a variable size fillet, which I'll show you in a second, where part of it is a smaller radius and part of it is a bigger radius. You can do the full face fillet and like a whole rounded fillet. All of them are just different types of rounded corners instead of having sharp 90-degree corners. So let's go the most basic one, which is the constant size fillet. I clicked on here, and like all SolidWorks tools that work like this, the blue, whatever's blue over here is the part that you're trying to like fill in before it tries to figure out what you want it to do, right? So if I wanted this side right here to be a rounded corner, this is going to look a lot like SolidWorks Part 1. If I click in here, and I can just kind of hover. You can see as I'm hovering right now, I'm touching a face, like that right side face right over here. And you can see that there's a little blue square next to my cursor, next to my arrow pointer. That's telling me that I'm about to select a face. If I move up here and I highlight the orange edge, right, you can see that instead of a blue square, I have now a little blue vertical line next to my arrow. That means that I'm about to select this edge. So here's the thing. If I click here right now, it's going to start to make a fillet. I can adjust the radius of that by just typing a different number. Say I type in 3 instead, right? It makes it a smaller fillet, right? Now, if yours isn't doing this, it might be because you don't have full preview clicked right here. I always leave full preview because it might look like this. You might have, if right now it looks like this and you don't see it in yellow, just click full preview and it'll show you what it would look like if you were to hit OK. Right? So I'm not going to go through the rest of this, but the most important thing here is like this is where you type in the radius if you're trying to do a fillet, and you just select the edge. So if I hit OK, that's what my filleted edge would look like. Okay, let's show you what some of the other ones look like. Again, I go back to fillet, and let's see what a variable size fillet looks like. So if I click that, the thing I want to fillet is, again, it's that edge. So I'm going to come in the blue over here. What do I want to fillet? I want to fillet that edge. Okay, and it says variable radius, unassigned variable radius, unassigned blah, blah, blah. So if I go down here and I click 1, right, I can say I want 1 to be 5, right, and I want the second one, the one that's farther away, let's say I want that to be 1. Okay, so what that's saying is that the radius over here is 1, the radius on this side is 5, and it's going to mathematically figure out how to make that blend really smoothly. If I hit OK, I get this cool kind of variable fillet that looks like that. Pretty cool looking, right? All right, anyway, that's the variable fillet. If I wanted to do a full face, let's say I wanted to do this and this, okay, cool. Oh, I want to do that. Let me get rid of that. I'm going to delete that one. On the other side, I want to do this. So instead of picking an edge, if I wanted to pick 2 faces, I could just do that. And so that would allow me to just pick those 2 faces. Again, you can change how big you want the radius to be. If I just hit OK, it looks like this. Last one is kind of interesting too. If I wanted to fillet something that looked really kind of super kind of cool, if I picked, this is right now I'm doing the full round fillet. Say I clicked, boom, in my next box, another face is here, and then another face here. It's gonna make some super cool looking fillet that kind of like joins all three of those faces into a fillet. So if I click here, you end up with a shape that looks like that kind of rounds everything, which is it's a crazy shape, right? I'm not sure exactly when that would be useful. It kind of looks like a half of a fortune cookie, maybe. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, so that's the fillet tool. And so the main points to know from this is that you can fillet in a three-dimensional feature just like you can fillet in a two-dimensional sketch. It gives you a little bit more flexibility here because you're talking about 3 dimensions, and so there's different ways you can fillet. And in the fillet tool, the way to select the fillet type is to pick one of these 4, and then once you've picked it, it lets you fill in the parameters of how you want to do it. In SolidWorks Part 1, you're going to be picking an edge, you're going to be typing in a radius of, I can't remember what the radius is, and then you're going to hit OK, and you're going to get a rounded edge just like this. Hope that's helpful for you. Have a great day, everybody.